Video just to show some changes that I've made to my stump jumper for this upcoming Shenanduro event on Saturday, May, whatever this is, 21st, I think. Um, Trying to keep this pretty quick, just to kind of go over my setup because I've seen recently a lot of people saying, hey, stump jumpers can't be used for XC. Well, yeah, I mean, they can. It's not exactly the ideal setup if you got a budget to spend on like an Epic Evo or something, but they're very capable. So just a quick show you what I've done on mine. Let me flip this thing around. All right, so here's mine. It's a 2022 Stumpjumper. Um, Differences because I built it up from the frame is that I've got a pike up on the front. It is 140 and pretty much all Shimano drivetrain. But that stuff isn't really going to make or break it as an XC bike. If you had something lighter on the front, lighter than a pike, like you could run, well, what's going to be a 130, 140 setup that's going to be lighter than this? Maybe a Reba RL. I think you can get into a 130 and it'll still be okay. If your XC trail has a ground clearance, then I really wouldn't worry about pedal strikes with a setup like that with a 130 on the front. Probably would not go less than a 130. Anyway, what I've done to this that I would say is makes it good for XC use. One, get rid of the low rolling resistance tires. These are the ground control tires from Specialized, the 2.35. I think they might actually make this in a 2.1 and a 2.6. Get the 2.35. Out back, I'm running the ground control Renegade T5. So it's a harder compound, faster rolling compound. You can see it's a similar design to the Specialized ground control, which I have another one right here for a nice side by side. So very similar design, but harder compound. The ground control is a T7 versus a T5. More grip with the T7 up front, faster rolling T5 in the back. Still should provide more than enough grip going around the corner. So that's kind of the big thing. Number two, if my bike doesn't fall over, is carbon wheels. So the carbon wheels are considerably lighter than the aluminum wheels, many aluminum wheels. These Spank 350s here with i9 Hydras and an eliminator weighed something in the neighborhood of like 3,300 grams versus this setup here is like 2,200 grams, something like that. So almost 1,000 grams difference. That's a lot in rotational mass, and that'll get you up to speed. So those things right there, tires, wheels, big change. The other is because XC has a lot of climbing, you might want to consider going with a longer stem. In this case, I actually just removed a longer stem I was running. Actually, I have a little parts bin here. I was running this Bontrager 90 millimeter stem with the downward slope to it, like you see on a lot of XC bikes. And with the spacer on the front here, worked out great. What it did with what that really does is keep you over the front of the bike. So when you're powering up these climbs, the bike doesn't have a tendency to lift so much in the front. So you really get to put that power down. It climbs efficiently, and it still bombs down any of the descents rather well. Granted, you do have a little bit more weight in the front, but that's all right. I mean, yeah, a little bit more weight over the front bars. But in this case, I've decided to drop it down from a 90 to a 60 mil. So we'll see how that goes. This trail is going to be a longer endurance event, so I'm prioritizing comfort over climbing ability. So that's why I've got this race face turbine R in a 60 mil up from the standard. I think it's a 40 mil stem or a 50 mil stem that comes on the Stumpjumper. So I went up to a 60, and then to raise the bars up slightly, I've got the One Up Carbon 35 mil rise bar, and two reasons. One, you can see my setup here. I'm keeping the stem as low on the frame as possible, and then I'm combining that with the 35 mil rise bar. Not so much for the rise. The rise helps with comfort too, but this One Up bar I found eliminates or helps with hand fatigue a lot. And then finally, because it's enduro, I want my my hands and my wrist and my fingers to stay nice and comfortable, reduce fatigue and numbness. So I've gone with these Ergon what are they, GA3s? I think they're GA3s. There's GA, GP. Pretty sure that these are the GA3. So awesome. Otherwise, that I think are those are going to be my big hitters for setting up XC bike. Really, the biggest thing: get yourself some low rolling resistance tires with lighter wheels. That's going to help out a ton. And then just get yourself a comfortable front end. Do whatever you need to do up front to keep that front wheel from lifting on any of the climbs that you might experience on your XC trails. So that's it, guys. I'm going to keep this wrapped up under 6 minutes. There's my Stumpjumper. Got any questions? Let me know. All right. Catch you guys later.